Hello and welcome to another episode of my Facts and Glitches series, where I continue to showcase more of what I've learned about GTA 5, my almost 13,000 hours of playing the game, and from my awesome viewers. The Bati 801RR is a unique version of the Bati with different livery that only appears once in GTA 5, which is during the Jewel Store Heist Getaway if you specifically pick the worst driver, Karim.
Ah, okay. This one's new blood.
While the regular painted Bati looks basic, whichever of the 4 liveries you are randomly given in the heist look far better. A rare vehicle hunter named Sprite desired to find a way to obtain this vehicle for use outside of the mission, and he found while normally if you go too far from your heist crew you mission fail, you can actually avoid mission failing from being too far away from your crew by just looking in their general direction. This meant he could put on cinematic camera mode, which locks the camera in the direction of the crew, and then drive the vehicle effectively blind into Franklin's garage.
Go!
Getting the vehicle to this location made it so that when he left the mission, a copy of it was still in the garage for him to use. More importantly, Sprite's discovery had speedrun implications. Previously, speedrunners had a route for the heist getaway that avoided going underground, but we still had to stay within range of the other crew members to avoid mission failing due to outdistancing them. Sprite's discovery changed this, as we could now create a much faster route so long as we continued to look in the direction of the crew as we drove. Although this new route is more difficult as we're effectively driving blind, it is still of course used because it saves a significant amount of time over the old route. Each character has different music preferences, and you can see what they like by watching them and see if they move with the music on the radio. Franklin vibes to Radio Los Santos and Blonde Los Santos FM. For example, here's Franklin moving to the song Selling Dope on Radio Los Santos. Michael nods his head to Los Santos Rock Radio and Space 103.2. For example, here's Michael moving to the song Baker Street on Los Santos Rock Radio. Trevor vibes to just Channel X. For example, here's Trevor moving to the song The Enemy on Channel X. Our online character loves everything. They will bob to every radio station. For example, here's my online character vibing to Small Town Boy on Nonstop Pop FM. The combat machine gun's ammo belt does not correctly show when you only have a few bullets left. Even when you have only 1 bullet remaining, it will still physically show you as having many more. All of these fake bullets will vanish when you fire your final shot.
What the fuck?
During the planning of the subtle big score approach, Lester mentions that you need to upgrade the suspension of the gauntlets for the job.
Yeah, you'll need to get a hold of and mod some getaway cars. Normal suspension's gonna give out under a couple of tons of gold.
Whoa, man, a couple of tons?
One of the heist crew members even directly references this upgrade during the getaway.
Good thing you changed the suspension.
This is a reference to the movie Italian Job, which inspired both the Jewel Store Heist and the subtle big score, where they do upgrade their cars to carry gold.
We need to pack up to 2,700 pounds of cargo in these minis.
2,700 pounds of what?
Whatever.
However, the suspension of the gauntlets in fact does not get upgraded in the game. When we play the prep mission as intended and bring a gauntlet to LS Customs, we're given the option to install the heist prep package, which seemingly visually raises the car. What the game is hiding from us is that upon entry to LS Customs, it secretly installs lowered sports suspension, and the heist prep package simply uninstalls it to give us this visual illusion. Furthermore, in the speedrun of the game, we actually don't get the heist prep package. We instead manually upgrade the cars with the required upgrades before the mission starts. We therefore know for a fact that the only upgrades that are required are the race brakes, max engine, and rock crawler off-road tires.
Have a good one.
After delivering the garbage truck for the setup for the Blitz play heist, you can still destroy the vehicle and the game will not require you to get another one.
Sanitation truck's there now, so don't you bother.
In fact, if you come back later, there will be a new garbage truck, but this one will be immune to all forms of damage. Explosions, fire, and bullets. This is the same for the tow truck, destroyable when you drop it off,
Tow truck is at the lot.
and immune to all forms of damage later. Unfortunately, this is not true of the Getaway car.
We have a getaway vehicle ready and waiting.
If you destroy it after you drop it off, the game will ask you to get a new one. On the side mission Pulling Favours, we strangely cannot pick up the required broken down vehicle if we have a wanted level.
Except I ain't gaining shit.
We got 5 on us, nigga.
It appears as though the presence of the cops makes the hook suddenly not obey the laws of physics. What's even more strange is that we're still able to pick up every other vehicle just fine. So I suppose the broken down vehicle puts up some sort of protective field if cops are nearby. Why don't we have such wondrous technology? The Getaway car used during the Firefighter approach to the Bureau raid is completely immune to explosions and fire for absolutely no reason. In fact, prior to blowing up the fire truck, even you are immune while in it. If you do blow up the fire truck as instructed, the Getaway car will still be immune to explosions and fire until you get inside, at which point it will lose all immunities. Surprisingly though, the Getaway car isn't immune to everything, because it can be destroyed with bullets. This selective immunity makes even less sense when you realize that the Getaway car isn't even necessary to progress. You can destroy it and the fire truck and it won't mission fail you, it will just tell you to go to Lester's, assuming that you're going to get a different car. Our online character reloads and climbs faster compared to the single player characters, even at max stats. In fact, in GT Online, your stats have no impact on how fast you reload. This differs from single player, where having a higher shooting stat does shorten the reload animation. The strength stat affects climbing speed on ladders in both versions of the game. Your strength also does not affect obstacle climbing speed in either case, however, the online character does climb over obstacles faster.
Wait, hear me out!
At the end of the third way, Trevor puts Devin in the boot of his car, and Devin continuously cries that he wants to be free.
You're a dead man.
This is why the people I put in my trunk are usually dead.
However, using mods, we can see that Devin is not actually in the car.
Let me out of here!
Despite his absence, the game will still fail you if you destroy the boot early with an explosion, or submerge it in the ocean. Most road lines in the game are not directly stuck to the road, instead they hover just above it. This means if you look closely, you can often see feet or car tires clipping through them. Franklin's side mission shift work involves Hal, the Los Santos customs mechanic, challenging us to a race.
What would you say if I told you some fools I knew were running a little racing competition? And as luck would have it, they got this really beautiful silver medal with your name on it.
I say go fuck yourself.
On the main mission Father-Son, Franklin, Jimmy, and Michael go to see Hal at LS Customs. What Hal says to Franklin changes dependent upon whether or not you've already completed shift work. This is what he says if you have not done it.
Still need to get you out for one of the races, Franklin. See if you drive as fast as you talk.
This is what he says if you have done it.
For a second, I thought you'd just come here to talk smack about that race you won.
It's always nice when the game acknowledges the different ways you could have played the game. Many people never notice that Michael's house has a projector and a screen rather than a normal TV. Remotes for projectors use infrared signals which require line of sight to the receiver on the device to actually work. Despite this throughout the game, people constantly point the remote at the screen rather than the projector above them. This happens in free roam, in character switches, during the mission friend request, during Daddy's Little Girl, and during Mr. Phillips.
I don't know anything about that.
It is technically not impossible for the signal to bounce off the screen back at the projector, but this is both not consistent and not something a person who owned a projector would traditionally do. I wonder if Michael had a normal TV at some point in development, which would have made these animations make more sense.
Cliches.
Too horny to fight cliches.
GTA 5 has a lot of interesting graffiti that few take the time to appreciate. For example, this Albert Einstein parody under a bridge. Motifs like this are very common in Europe as t-shirts or murals. Close to Einstein is a graffiti cowboy with nighttime scenery. This is of course a teaser for Red Dead Redemption 2, as it has been there since 2013. Do you think this guy looks like Arthur? Possibly, but it could definitely just be Red Dead Redemption 2 fan art. Next are the Solo graffitis. There are a ton of them around the city. Solo in real life is the nickname of Sean Fontino, who is the voice actor for Franklin Clinton. It's nice that they honored him with a bunch of graffiti. This graffiti showcasing an American flag with the lines, "This is broken, can I return it?" seems just as relevant today as it was in 2013 when it was made. Have you ever noticed that Michael always wears the exact same outfit for yoga, regardless if he does it in the mission, at his house, or on Mount Gordo? This is his only so-called yoga outfit, and it's weird because he doesn't carry any other outfits with him at all times. I guess he has it so he can strip down at a moment's notice, get changed, and do yoga. Given his hostility to the activity, it's kinda strange.
We are all on our own journeys, Mikhail.
Yeah, no doubts. Why is she driving a tank on hers?
You feel that? The emotion inside?
Yeah, I'm about to feel some emotions, all right.
So that's the end of the episode. Thank you for watching. If you think you know of anything that would be of interest to this series, feel free to add it to my Discord. I hope you're all doing well.